Yo, what's going on, guys? Robert Warshak here, and as we know, the new expansion has been announced, and new cards are coming, and we just got our second round of some of the new cards right off the website, freshly baked and ready to be reviewed. First card we're going to be taking a look at here is going to be a new mage epic card, Combustion, 3 mana. Deal 4 damage to a minion, any excess damage both his neighbors. Also, for those watching on YouTube, we're doing this live on Twitch at the same time, so this is going to be a little bit different. So if you're wondering who that be over here talking, those are your Twitch homies. So Twitch homies say hi to the YouTube homies, and the YouTube homies say hi to your Twitch homies. All right, Combustion, in my opinion, very good card. So for example, it's turn 3, your opponent has 3 minions down because they're a demon hunter and they had the perfect curve like always. Most of the minions have 2 HP, so you combustion the one in the middle, and the 2 damage goes on the both sides, because if it has 2 HP and it hits for 4, it has 2 extra, and 2 extra will hit the excess neighbors. So this is actually like a super sick mage card to use in the early game against decks that want to go wide. Looking at Murloc decks right now, looking at, of course, demon hunters. In my opinion, really good mage card. And it also works well with spell power. So Azure Explorer, the prime, so working with spell damage with this card does excess damage, so you can kill a little bit bigger minions. It works out really, really good. So overall, fantastic mage card. Taking a look at the next one, we got a neutral legendary. This can go in any deck. This is some hot stuff we got here. So we have a 5 mana 4/6 spellburst. If the spell destroys any minions, summon them. This is big, right? Because as we know, spellburst will trigger the first time you play a spell. Looking at decks like Warlock, Mage, Shaman, being able to use this card with, for example, Torrent, because it's cheap. A buddy of mine mentioned Torrent being a fantastic card to synergize with this. Flame Strike, Blizzard, and if you destroy any minions by the AoE spells, you get all those minion backs. Stat-wise, this card is pretty good. A 5 mana 4/6 isn't bad on stats. And remember, Spellburst, you don't actually have to activate this ability immediately, right? You can use it the next turn or the following turn, or you can synergize it that turn. So this card is pretty insane, and it's a neutral. So like everybody's gonna play it, including Priest, but we won't talk about that. Blech. Taking a look at some of that, Rogue Warrior combo. This is one of the first ones that we've seen off of this dual class. So what do we got? We got the Steel Dancer. Okay, she'd be looking good. Holding double blade, she'd be fine. All right, let's check it out. Battle Cry, summon a random minion with the cost equal to your weapon's attack. So Twitch chat has informed me that this does not work with Heroic Strike on the weapon, but as we know, Gore Howl, a very common card amongst all the warrior players right now, found in every single deck ever. This card is just fantastic with Gore Howl. Let me tell you about it. It's a key component to any Gore Howl warrior. If you're not playing that deck, you don't run this card, but how could you not? How could you literally afford not to put Gore Howl in your deck? Taking a look at Lillian the Infiltrator, 4 mana 4/2 stealth. Death Rattle, summon a 4/2 Forsaken Lillian that attacks a random enemy. How is this card bad? This card's just super good. It works with the Rogue Stealth package. It can't be targeted. It's probably going to kill something. If not, it goes face. And if it happens to die, you get a 4/2 that attacks a random enemy, which includes face. This card is insane. This card is just super good. Well, first thing, I like the picture. I like the whole Scarlet Monastery vibe. You know what I mean? Because I have that tabard in Classic. The problem with that is this card doesn't look like a Hearthstone card. I'm going to be honest, this card does not give me Hearthstone-y vibes. The artwork on this card does not match what we've seen before. Cycle of Hatred. See, this is art I like. This is cool art. 7 mana, deal 3 damage to all minions, including your own guys, and then summon a 3/3 spirit for every minion killed. A spirit. I'm assuming a spirit isn't a demon. If it was a demon, that'd be pretty cool. So this is just a nice, good old family-friendly, PG controlled demon hunter spell. And I like it. I don't think it's necessarily super powerful, but I think it is good. And the reason it's good is because if you look at something in the similar lines of 7-ish mana, right? You look at Flame Strike, which does 1 more damage, but you don't get anything out of it. This, you actually create a bunch of 3/3s if you're going against like a control deck. And you also, for example, if you're playing like some sort of controlled demon hunter, but you also run, you know, tokeny stuff, which demon hunters do have, you know, they have a lot of the 5 mana summon 6 1/1s. You could use this to buff up your own board +2/+2, basically, because you can kill all your 1/1s and it makes them 3/3s. So that seems like it'd be pretty cool. I don't know, I think this is a very cool card. I don't know how practical it's gonna be, Brittle Bone Destroyer. Battle Cry. If your hero's health changed this turn, destroy a minion. What the f are they thinking about this card? 4 mana, 3/3. If your your health has changed, you get to destroy something? And it's any minion, so you can make really good plays with destroying your own minion if you have Death Rattle stuff out. Are you kidding me? And this is a Warlock Priest card, and it's a rare. I mean, I'm glad it's a rare because budget players can afford this card, but are you kidding me? This card's crazy. If there's no support, the hero power is support. Every Warlock Priest, all they have to do is hero power, and then they use its ability. So worst case, it's a 6 mana kill whatever you want 3/3. And look what it looks like. It's super cool. So you have to play it now. I'm not sure we'd be able to play it, but look at that picture. That is a picture we can stand behind, chat. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the DBZ android that does the little fist sucky thing. He has a little like circle in his palm and he sucks out the juices. Who remembers this guy? It's like his cousin. Apparently he didn't make it too far, chat. Anyway, Bone Web Egg. It's a 2 mana 0/2 Death Rattle. Summon 2 2/1 spiders. If you discard this card, trigger its Death Rattle. So it's a 2 mana 4/2 in separate bodies. It's not a 1-drop, so it doesn't synergize with like Zoo Carpet, but you can definitely buff it. It's definitely, it's good in the discard package, right? But normally if you're playing the discard stuff, you want to discard Hand of Gul'dan. I feel like if you're discarding the Bone Web Egg, that's not something you want. So it really depends on how much discard synergy we get this expansion. So it's just like a new Serpent Egg. It's just a Serpent Egg with different stats in different areas, right? So instead of a 3/4, you get a 4/2. The discard is shit we've seen before. Spiders coming out of eggs is something we've seen before. The flavor of this card is nothing that we've seen this before. It's a Priest Warlock card. All right. It's a legendary card, boys. It's a 4 mana 3/6. After you play a minion, destroy it and summon a 4/4 failed student. So a very good card. Right now, Priest focuses around the Resurrection package. So this in Res Priest is bad, obviously, because you don't want to summon a bunch of 4/4s. But Zoo, very, very good, right? This would be a fantastic Zoo card. And maybe a more aggressive Priest, you know, it could be seen. Yeah, maybe in a more aggressive, but I think it'll be much better in the Warlock deck than it is the Priest decks, because Priests focus on control. This isn't necessarily a super control-y card. YouTube, ignore the people talking about Quest Hunter. I never mentioned Quest Hunter with this card at all. Those words never came out of my mouth. They're speaking fibs. Well, that takes care of all the cards that were released today. As we know, more cards will be shipped later this week, and we'll get more stuff, so I'll try to keep updated as best as possible. Out of the 8 that were released today, what are you guys the most excited about? What decks do you see coming out of this? With the dual class cards, it's going to be interesting, guys. There's going to be a lot of new decks that pop up, I think, and I hope. And with that, I will catch you in the next card review video. Of course, I'm Robert Warshak, and happy whatever the hell day it is.